One of the most common advantages of upgrading Web GUI to version 8.1 is to remove the dependency upon applets requiring the JRE plugin. In addition to the dependency upon a third-party plugin beyond the control of Netcool software, this has become all the more pressing for many businesses due to the imminent end of support for the JRE plugin on most leading browsers. Whilst the latest fix packs for Web GUI remove this dependency to a great extent, the default configuration mostly presumes the continued use of applets. So in this short video, I'll give you a brief run-through of the key properties to edit and the effect that they have. The key properties are stored in the server.init file of Web GUI, which you can see here. So the pathway is omnibus web GUI etc and server.init. One thing to point out here is that the server.init file under omnibus web GUI etc, while this is the runtime, or rather live initialization file, this file is not actually updated from one fix pack to the next automatically with a Web GUI fix pack update. To see the updated file, you need to go into the default directory, and you'll see server.init under here, and this is where any new properties which have been added to server.init within this fix pack are actually updated. So it may be that you need to pull the properties across from this file to the one under the etc directory. So let's open server.init and have a look at each of the relevant properties. Firstly, plugin.enabled. This property determines whether the JRE plugin will be used at all by Web GUI. The default is true, and we'll leave this at true just for the moment. Then we have applet prompt enabled. This property determines whether the prompt applet used by the filter builder and view builder is enabled. Essentially, it determines whether the filter builder and view builder will load an applet or run using JavaScript. So let's set this one to false. This way, the filter builder and view builder should load lightweight. So moving down to map.render.mode, this property determines whether a call to load a map from a portlet or using Smart Page will render the map as an applet or using JavaScript. This defaults to applet, as we can see, but let's change it to lightweight. So continuing down, we come to dashboard render mode. This property determines whether the event dashboard loads as an applet or lightweight. So let's change this one to lightweight as well. And let's do the same for dashboard edit render mode. And this one determines whether the event dashboard widget preferences editor loads lightweight. So let's save those, and then we can restart the Web GUI. I've now restarted Web GUI, so let's log in and check the Java-free elements. Firstly, we have the event viewer, which deprecates the active event list and is available by default. Then we have the event dashboard, which now loads without an applet. Moving into the dashboard editor, we can see this now also loads lightweight. So let's check the filter builder. We can see that this also loads lightweight. And the view builder. And finally, it's also possible to load a lightweight map. One important thing to note here is that there was a defect with the rendering of lightweight maps in WebGUI 8.1 Fixpack 5, so please ensure that you are on Fixpack 6 or later before trying to use the lightweight map. There's one function which has not been covered so far, and that's the map editor. And as you can see, this still loads an applet by default. There are plans in the future to offer a Java Web Start version of the map editor in place of the existing applet. For the moment, if you don't or can't use the JRE plugin for the map editor, you can set the plugin.enabled property that we looked at earlier to false in server.init. And when the applet map editor fails to load, you can choose the HTML option here instead. Alternatively, you can use WAPI to load maps. So I'll include links to documentation on our YouTube channel below the video, and thank you very much for watching.